I had a really good and productive discussion yesterday. It was fun, man. It was fun. I tried to get my brother Kyle on here. I'm not going to call him a casual. You know, that's my man. That's my man. So I invited him to this conversation, but he's busy right now. I'll have him on. I have him on in the near future. That's my boy. But the topic came out. He put up a yo, matter of fact, this is a pop-up stream, y'all. So anybody who E. Woodson, what's good, brother? Anybody who wants to get on and join the conversation, you're more than welcome. Hold on, let me send this link out real quick to my brother Ack. Uh-oh, I can't spell for shit. Send. All right, Ack, you got it. Yeah, so look, man. Shadow 979. What's up, JC? What's good, y'all? Yo, I'm 44 today, man. Monty Brown, what's good, family? Yeah, I am 44 today. I'm 44 today. And I feel fucking great. See that? I feel fucking great. I look fucking great. Don't I look great? No homo. Anyway, I had an in-depth discussion. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, 42. I'm telling you, man. I see shit differently now. I'm telling you, man. I see shit so different, man. In your 40s, once you hit your 40s, shit, man. Man of it, Mark. Yo, what's good, family? Yo, so listen. I'm on Facebook under my government. Ron from Far Rock. What's good, fam? And my boy posts a GIF of Mike Tyson hitting some dude in the face with an uppercut. You know those classic Mike Tyson uppercuts that they put in the video game. You connect once, you go to bed. Yeah, he says this what Mike would do to Deontay Wilder. And I'm like, I look 36. Shit, I wish I was 36. I said, okay, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. And you know, that's a good look. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But TJ Wilkins, man, happy born day, family. Donald, the 64-year-old G Grant. Got to salute the OGs, man. So look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, man. I get it, man. And over the years, it's been kind of like taboo to talk bad about Mike Tyson. There he is. Yo, unmute your mic. You gonna unmute your mic?
My fault. What's up, bro?
Yeah. What's good, family? Well, you see the topic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's actually perfect. It's
perfect. So the Jay West was good. The brother I was talking to is a cool kid, a close friend of mine, and you know, it's his opinion. He said, you know, he put a GIF up of Mike hitting some bum in the face with an uppercut and said, this is what Mike would do to Deontay Wilder. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Now, you know, I got into a debate. You know, everyone kind of like ganged up on me on Facebook, which is cool because I hold my own. I'm good. I'm used to getting jumped.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, there's a generational gap between myself and a lot of cats that know boxing or claim they know boxing. It's become taboo to talk bad about Mike, but I'm here to tell you guys, man, I was there.
I was gonna say.
I was there. I remember Mike Tyson. All right. I was there. I've been around like when he was in the ring, and I've had the misfortune of being around him outside the ring. I mean, he never did nothing to me personally, but I've watched how he moved, and it's like, damn, really? But I don't want to talk about the out the ring shit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about in the ring.
Let me just chair real quick, Drew. I'm gonna come right back.
Yeah. So look. We all love Mike. Mike was like what, the youngest heavyweight champion. You know, he knocked the shit out of Trevor Berbick. It was a cartoonish knockout. You know, Mike at that time was a complete package. You know, one of the brothers on Facebook said to me, you know, the heavyweight division is shit now. That's what he said. He said the heavyweight division is shit. And I said, well, that's quite the contrary. I mean, let's keep it a buck. All right. We all love Mike, and we all protected Mike. I mean, to this very day, we protect Mike. But first of all, to say that the heavyweight division is trash now is absurd. All right. It was trash in 1985. It was trash. Now, one of the things that one of the brothers on Facebook brought up, he said that, of course, everyone likes to bring up Deontay Wilder's resume or lack thereof. And I asked the brother, because the brother that I was debating with was my age. And I think he had to be my age. I asked him, I said, yo, look, man, do you realize Mike fought like 13 times in 1985? Miss Boxing, what's up? Jay West, what's good? Yeah, and I'm glad you, Jay West, I'm glad you brought that up. Early Mike, I take Mike. Late Mike, I take Wilder. That's gonna lead me into a question. Just hold on to that. Matter of fact, let me put that up. I'm gonna touch on that. I'm glad you said that too. I'm gonna touch on that. Mike fought 13 times in 1985. Scrapbook Boxing, what's good, family? Yo, he fought 13 times in 1985. Those guys weren't like serious competition. Mike did what he was supposed to do in 1985, and that was knock the shit out of everybody and separate himself from everybody else. That's what he's supposed to do.
There was a year that Wilder fought a lot too. I don't remember what year. It was like his early, like his, you know what I mean, his early pro career. I don't remember if it was the second year. I think he fought like 7, 8 times.
It was something crazy like that. It was something crazy like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But let me add this. This right here. This is his box rep. You can see that. Now I'm gonna say some names. All right. First pro fight, 1985, right? In March. Hector Mercedes. All right. What the fuck? Why is it echo? Shut up. This bitch be talking for nothing. All right. Trent Singleton. Don't know who this is. And now, mind you, I watch boxing. Ricardo Spain. John Alderson, Larry Sims. Let me point something out. 18 losses, 16 losses. These are the kind of people that Mike was fighting. Michael Johnson, Donnie Long. That was the dude with the giant ass afro he knocked the shit out of. Robert Collet, Sterling Benjamin, Eddie Richardson. Yo, am I saying any names that ring bells?
Oh, I don't think he really fought anybody till we got to like James Tillis.
Thank you. And now let me make this clear. That was 1986.
I still wasn't alive yet.
Okay, 1986. I watched that fight. That was 1986. James Tillis stopped the KO streak. James Tillis, I don't recall what he was ranked. Yo, Scrapbook, can you pull up when this guy was ranked? I don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? I need like Kurt Sugar in here somewhere. But listen, James Tillis stopped. Mark Wunderlich was good, family. Utah in the house. James Tillis stopped the KO streak. He didn't have enough to keep Mike off of him. Didn't have enough power to make him respect him. But I remember watching that fight. He did just. I was able to look at that fight and see what troubled Mike Tyson.
Drew, what number opponent was that? Like, what was his record going into that fight? Not really James Tiller's record. I want to know where Mike Tyson was.
Like, of course, Mike was undefeated.
Yeah, I know he was undefeated, but I want to know, was it number 20? Was it 19? Like,
well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That was fight number 20.
Okay, I figured that. I figured that.
Mm-hmm. His 20th fight, the KO streak stopped. And guess who he fought directly after that, who he didn't knock out? Mitch Blood Green. That was 1986. And he fought him that same month. The same month.
He was from Harlem, right?
He was from the Bronx, baby.
Oh, he's from the Bronx. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah. I knew he's uptown somewhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mitch.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, you know, I got Mitch stories, man. You know, Mitch was a thug, man. You know, he just couldn't stop niffing, man. You know, Mitch. Let me pull up Mitch record real quick. Yeah, he was born in Augusta, Georgia. They say they got him down here on Box Records, Jamaica, Queens, but I'm telling you, his stomping ground was the Bronx because he stayed showing up at Roberto Clemente State Park at that boxing club. And he was mean. And he was about that life, man. It ain't work out for him when he fought Mike with no gloves on.
Oh, okay. Dang, he was in Jamaica, Queens, too?
Yeah. They got him there, but he was a Bronx resident. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he fought Mike, and that was 2 fights. Mike couldn't KO anybody. All right. So then after that, he fights 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marvis Frazier. He knocked the shit out of everybody out of that. After that, then he get to Trevor Berbick in November, and we all know what happened there. All right. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Trevor Berbick. Now, prior to that, we all know why Mitch Blood Green is popular. He was more popular about that fight outside of the ring. I mean, let's be honest. You talk to anybody who picks Tyson over Wilder, you ask him who James Quick Tillis is, they won't even know. Scrap, you said he was ranked number 6? Shit. Look at that. Who's ranked number 6?
I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty
high.
Yeah. So
pretty high. Yeah.
You know, I see why he didn't stop him.
Yeah, yep. Wait. Scrap, you said, all right, that's Mitch was ranked number 6. What was Tillis ranked?
Yeah, I know Tillis. Yeah, that's what I thought you was talking about at first. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. I see y'all saying what up and stuff. I'm kind of like back and forth. I can't really be because in case Drew, want to give me a talking point or something like that. But shout out to everybody in the chat.
Omega Red was good. Tony Boswell was good, man. Kenneth Johnson was good, family. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's my fucking birthday.
Yeah, I had to jump on. I had to.
I appreciate you, man.
It's your birthday.
You know what it is.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. So for those that are just tuning in, I'm having this debate. I'm Ill Will was good, family. Tillis was ranked number 6, pretty high. So it serves right that he stopped the KO streak. My point is, I saw then what kind of style would Tony, thank you, brother. What kind of style would trouble Mike Tyson? I saw then, and Mitch did it right behind Tillis. They didn't do enough to win the fight, but you saw what would stop Mike Tyson. Well, what would trouble him, not necessarily stop him. Yeah, you're right. No one knocked Mitch Green out. No one knocked him out. So let's go a little further. He beats Trevor Berbick. He fights James Smith. That was his first defense. Pinklin Thomas, I'll give him that. Pinklin Thomas was decorated. You know, he was a solid guy. And, you know, Mike knocked the shit out of him. Tony Tucker, Tyrell Biggs. We all recognize these names. Were they world beaters? If you ask the new level fans, they won't know who these guys are. All right, but these guys at that time were solid guys. And Mike knocked the shit. Well, he didn't stop Tucker. He beat him unanimous decision. Tyrell Biggs, I remember he knocked the shit out of him. All right. Larry Holmes, I don't want to hear it. Larry Holmes was past it in 1988.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Right? He was past it. I always said, look, man, if he'd have got the Larry Holmes from 1978, he'd have fucked Mike up. But that's just me. Tony Tubbs, 2-ton Tony Tubbs. So what? All right. Michael Spinks was past it. All right. Here he go again. Mike fought 3 times in that year. 3 times. All right. Spinks was past it. All right. Now, we could discuss Frank Bruno. It'll be a quick discussion. Frank Bruno was, sound familiar? A European hype job? Does that sound familiar? Didn't Blood say that we've seen this shit before? We've seen it before. We've seen it before. Then he fought Call the Truth Williams. That fight was like 4 seconds. And then we get to 1990, the Tokyo Dome, James Buster Douglas. I'm going to stop right there. Here's my opinion on that. Here's my opinion on it. And I'm going to swing it to you.
I was on the scene by then. But I was
okay. Okay. Yo, Scrap, you knew those guys personally? Yo, Scrap, man, if you can, please get on this link, man. If you can. Send me your email if you can.
We're gonna have an NY discussion. Oh, it's
hell
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
yo, beautiful. Son. I don't care what anyone says. All right. I just spoke. Well, my live stream tomorrow is gonna be lit. All right.
Yeah, I already know what you got going.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit tomorrow. All right. But I just spoke to a pro yesterday. And he said he don't think anybody could have beat James that night. Buster Douglas, because the man was on a mission. And if you go look at that fight, James, that wasn't the Buster Douglas we were used to seeing, man. He was what is James? James Buster Douglas about 6'5". He was using that reach.
Yeah, about 6'4". 6'5".
Yeah, around that. But he's towering over Mike. They say Mike is 5'10". No, he's not. I've stood directly next to him. He's about 5'8", 5'9". He's not 5'10". I could tell you that. And James was sticking him in the forehead with that jab. He was doing everything right. And to be honest, he was fucking Mike up. I don't want to hear anything else. Mike's corner being messed up. There was no YouTube. There was no internet back then. We didn't know what was going on in that corner until 20 years later when they mentioned it. The only thing we was riding with was that long count when he knocked Buster on his ass.
Yo, and there was dudes that's my age that's defend that, and they don't defend Wilder. You know what I mean, with the Fury.
Bro.
And these dudes is my age now.
Bro.
I'm not talking about dudes like your age, Drew, that was actually there. These dudes is defending that, but we defend Wilder. I'm not talking about dudes like your age, Drew, that was actually there.
I had an echo. What the fuck? Is that me? Can't be. I had an echo. You hear that? Is that you?
Yeah. Nah, I don't think it's me. I'm on mute.
The fuck? Hold on. Is that you? That is wild. Where the fuck is that coming from? The fuck? Hold on. That is wild. Where the fuck is that coming from? Yikes. That was bugged out. All right, anyway. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yo, listen.
You can hear me, though?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Listen, my point is, when you enter this, I noticed over the years, every Mike Tyson loss, we seem to make excuses for this guy. I've defended him against the media. I've defended him. I can't defend the shit I've seen in the street with my own two eyes. I'm not going to talk about that. I've defended him in the media. I've defended him in the ring to an extent. You know, the Evander Holyfield shit, you can't defend that. But I notice a lot of these new style fans, everything that Mike has done in the ring, as far as in reference to him losing, there's a strong defense for him. There's like a strong, like they protect him. Look, I don't care what was happening in his corner in Japan. We didn't know about that. And there's no excuses on a pro level. You dig what I'm saying? There's no excuses. Why the fuck would you fire your entire corner in a title defense in another country? That's not my problem, but you did it, and that shit is your fault. All right? You know, you went to prison on some bullshit. I think it was on some bullshit, but fine. Motherfuckers act like he went to prison and did hard time and came out either super skinny or ballooned up to 400 pounds. You dig what I'm saying? You know, I don't buy that, man. He wasn't doing hard time. He wasn't doing hard time like that. The motherfucker went to prison and was preserved, in my opinion. He came out, he was in shape, and he jumped right back into it. You think what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? He didn't really lose a step. He was preserved because when he got locked up, the division got live. I would have loved to have seen him in the ring against a guy like Ike Ibeabuchi. I'd have loved to see him in the ring against even John Ruiz, David Tua.
Yeah, I was gonna say David Tua. You know, everybody was always telling me that when I got older that would have been, they wanted to see that slugfest. You know,
yes. Yes,
you know
and Ike Ibeabuchi, the same thing, man. That guy was a killer. I would like to see Mike versus Chris Bird. You know, I mean, look, man, there was fights there for Mike, and Mike fucked up. I mean, you know, he got fucked. You could say he fucked up or he got fucked up by going away to prison, because then you saw the emergence: Riddick Bowe, George Foreman, Michael Moore, Michael Grant. I mean, there was Dominic Gwynn. There was names there. There was names there, and there was talent there. Mike missed that shit, and when he came out, a lot of those guys were still lurking around, but they gave him some food to eat. They threw him in the ring with Evander, and we saw what happened. All right, so now, how does this relate to my opinion about Wilder? I'll go on record saying I think that Wilder would knock the shit out of a prime Mike Tyson in 4 rounds. And that's not emotion. That's not because Wilder's hot right now. I'm looking at the facts. I'm looking at what gave Mike problems. Number one, Wilder's like 9 feet fucking tall. Now the brother like 6'7", with tree sloth arms. He could scratch his knees without bending the fuck over. Dawson from Street Fighter, he'll hit Mike across the fucking ring. All right?
He bought it back.
And then once he has one of the most accurate jabs in boxing right now. So I can see Mike with all the head movement, but he's eating the fucking jab off the top of his head. And when he gets in the fucking pocket and thinks he's going to try and land one, all Wilder has to do is take a half step back and land the right hand. He's punching downwards. And anyone knows about gravity, if you're punching downwards, he's going to be the way Wilder hit Fury would not be how he's hitting Mike. He's hitting downwards. If you're punching straight ahead, that's one thing. But if you're punching downwards, that's more force. That's just math right there. He knocked the shit out of Mike. Ask Lennox Lewis. Okay, ask him. Now, as far as timing is concerned, all right, everyone likes to say, oh, well, he swings wild. Listen. Evander Holyfield, you know how he said he beat Mike? He watched his feet. He knew every time Mike was going to do something, because every time Mike did something, he planted his feet a certain way. And every time he did that, all Evander said was that he moved forward and stuck a jab in his fucking face. He made Mike
lie. Evander could take a punch too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Evander could take a punch too and come right back even stronger and more. You know what I mean? I talked to the guy. I got a picture with the dude. Like, he gave me great advice, man. I mean, I love that dude.
Yo, that guy's a boxing god, man. Omega Red, yeah, I had that same. Yo, Omega Red, I had that. I was the only person on my block. First of all, I was telling motherfuckers since the 80s. I said, there's a guy at cruiserweight that's coming to heavyweight specifically for Mike Tyson. And I think he's going to beat him. And everyone said, who? I said, a guy named Evander Holyfield with a flat top. And they said, no, nobody's beating Mike. Years later, when they signed the fight, I said, he's going to beat him. They said, no. Evander got heart problems. And Mike's going to punch him in the chest. He's going to have a heart attack in the ring. I said, put your money up. They ain't putting no money up. And we saw what happened. How you go from picking Mike to beat a guy with a heart problem to making an excuse for him? I mean, it doesn't make sense. None of this shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think due to what we've seen with Mike and Jay West, we're going to go to what he said. He said, early Mike, I'd take Mike. Late Mike, I'd take Wilder. Well, let me ask everyone a question. What's a prime Mike Tyson? What was different from when?
I'll answer that.
Go ahead.
85 to 88.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. Me and Kurt talked about it a million times. You know what I mean? We agree on that. 85 to 88. Literally, right after that year, Mike Tyson was on a decline. I'm just being honest with you. When he got rid of you know what I mean?
Rooney, when he got rid of Rooney?
Yeah, Rooney. And you know what I mean? He just switched up everything. Like, that was the worst thing Mike could have done. Kevin Rooney was a good trainer, man. A really good trainer. He bought Vinny Pazienza back from the dead.
Well, let me ask you this. And
I'm a young boy. You know what I mean? I know this. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Well, let me ask you this. A fighter should be able to, all right, a good trainer.
Okay.
Could teach you tricks outside of the basics.
Yes.
But a great fighter, when all shit fails in the ring, before they go back to that corner, they have to make it to that corner. Because if they're listening to their corner, it's like, I'm doing everything my trainer, 3 months, we worked on this, and this guy is not doing what we trained to do. Fuck. I need to get back to my corner, but there's 2 minutes left. And I'm getting my face boxed in. A good fighter has to have a Marine mentality. They have to be able to think outside the box. You dig what I'm saying? When have we ever seen Mike Tyson think outside the box? Because I haven't seen it. And this is no disrespect to Mike. I haven't seen it. I seen this. Jab to get on the inside. Once that fails, he's failing. So when have we seen Mike think outside the box? When have we seen it? I've never seen it.
I mean, he was similar to Sonny Liston. He relied on intimidation tactics. So basically beating you before you get in the ring with him. I mean, we all know this is not, you know, and you know, before he get in the ring with you, because Mike was his devastating puncher. I think his best knockout was the Marvis Frazier fight, even though Marvis Frazier was a bum. I just don't think that Mike Tyson was as scary as people made him out to be. Me personally, as a fighter, but then again, that's me being a fighter. I just don't think that he's scary. In the 80s, everybody thought he was scary from what they was telling me. You know, I wasn't even alive yet, but everybody was telling me, you know what I mean, Mike is a real dude, kind of like Sonny. That's why Sonny was you know.
Well, a lot of it, some of it, I'm sure you've heard a lot of things about street dudes, and then you come across them, and it's like, wait a minute, this the guy? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've seen that a few times in my life. You know, like, oh, don't fuck with this guy and that guy, and this guy's that. And I've been in a situation where I've like been somewhere and, you know, been around this person, and then My boy's like, yo, that's the guy. And I'm like, yo, that's that nigga right there. You got to be kidding me. This is the guy. You can't be serious. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so a lot of it with Mike was urban legend, but like most bullies, what happens when you punch a bully? They fold.
In line.
You know, and Evander Holyfield had a big family, and he didn't know to be afraid of Mike Tyson, and he really didn't give a shit. He's been chasing the man, Anthony Bolton, salute. He's been chasing the man since cruiserweight, specifically chasing the man since cruiserweight. And
Lennox wanted him. Lennox, when they was younger, they sparred each other because he kept saying, I kept hearing about this. Who is this Mike Tyson? He flew out. Shout out to Lennox.
Shout out to Lennox.
That's what it did. Like, who are y'all talking about? Who is this dude? It's these dudes I want to spar. But I feel like
bro,
no
I learned so much shit. You'll see the cats I had on. I'm gonna have on tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs, the shit that I heard confirmed from these pros. Yeah, I'm sitting on the phone like, what the yo? I mean, shit, you'll never.
People in his age bracket, right?
Yes.
That's what it is. It ain't even just from hearing it from a pro fighter. It's about it's your peers saying it. Yes. That's what make it worse. That's what make it worse.
And when you're dealing with people on a pro level that's been around, you got to do more listening than you do talking. You understand? So I was just listening, and a lot of these brothers I was talking to, I'm like, oh shit, that happened. That happened. Holy shit. Dogs, the gems that would drop. I mean, shit that you'll never, ever like. You're like, what what? I remember that. That's why that happened. I mean, crazy. And I'm telling you right now, I'm saying all of that to say this. We love Mike. Mike has some of the most funniest looking. He has some of those funniest knockouts you could ever see. But the fact of the matter is, when he fought top 5 competition, he looked subpar. He may have won.
And I see somebody said Mike versus. Sorry to cut you off, Drew.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Mike versus Riddick Bowe. The only reason that wouldn't have happened is that Brownsville connection. Him, Let's Go Champ. Shannon Briggs. All 3 of them. They were stick Steves.
You notice
from Brownsville don't even say they from Brooklyn. They say I'm from Brownsville.
I'm from the Ville. I'm from the Ville.
So they won't even tell you that. You know what I mean? So now that I ain't go front. Even to put that in the air, that wasn't going. You know what I mean? There was even buddy shit back then. You notice when Shannon was on top of his game, he never even mentioned fighting Bowe. That's his man's. That fight wasn't happening. Or Tyson.
And Mike was out of prison when he was hot. So
exactly.
You notice those cats never spoke.
Never. If you pay attention, never. Nah.
Brownsville is like Brooklyn's like its own little country. I mean, seriously, for those of y'all that are not from out here, it's like its own little. Matter of fact, word is that Brooklyn was about to be its own state at one point. I don't know how true that is or not, but I could believe it. It's that big. It's that big. Got Flatbush, Brownsville, got so many Red Hook, so many Bushwick, so many places.
Shout out to my boys over there in Bushwick. Y'all crazy. Some of my crazy Puerto Rican niggas over there. They be bugging.
Brooklyn. Oh, speaking of Brooklyn Child Boxing was good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yo, we're shaking, bro. That's my dog right there. We don't always agree, but that's my dog, man.
But Anthony Bolton, he said, I get Deontay Wilder because Mike Tyson TV used to say in his interviews after he retired that he used to be afraid every single fight, so he probably could have put on persona. Yeah. Kenneth Johnson said,
did you see that? My fault.
No,
Go ahead.
He said, I agree, but Mike could give Wilder some problems if he got on the inside. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kenneth. He would have to get on the inside, though.
That's a long way on the inside. That man is sick. He taller. You see how that worked out with him, even though I know y'all going to say we can't really compare to Lennox but Lennox is about a good size. And Lennox was about, what, 6'5"?
Lennox is 6'5".
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like Wilder's like 2 inches taller than that. And he had a hard time. Like I remember him going back to the corner. And he told Ronnie Shields, like, I'm hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if let's say, let me go back to the spreadsheet. Shout out to Blood. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. From 1985 to 1987. No.
Go to 88. 88.
Let's go. Matter of fact, let's go right to 89 before he fought James Douglas. Let's just say that's a prime Mike Tyson. From 1985 to 1989, I'm gonna ask Scrapbook. Gil Coles, what's good, family? I see you. Stormy P, man, what's good, family? Yo, whoever wants to get on this link, who wants to get on this live, send me the link, man. This is an open discussion. I'm just talking shit right now. GG, salute, man. What's good? So from 1985 to 1989, right before he fought Buster Douglas, let's call that a prime Mike Tyson.
Salute, Stormy B. Salute. I'm trying to see the chat, but like I said, I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah, I see it. He's there. Yep. Stormy B was good. Let's say from 89 to 85, that's a prime Mike Tyson. That's before he lost to Buster Douglas. Okay. Does Deontay Wilder beat that version of Mike Tyson? I say yes. Who disagrees? Thank you, Stormy B, man. Thank you. I want to know who disagrees with that. And if you disagree, just tell us why. No, there is no, I mean, the brothers are ever going to fight. There is no wrong answer, really. I just, okay. You say, JC says Wilder wins. That's what you're saying, brother? I think Wilder knocks Mike out in 4 rounds. I think he knocks him out in four rounds, 5 tops, because Mike won't be able to do nothing with him. He won't be able to close the distance. And the biggest thing of all, the biggest thing, you think Wilder be scared of Mike Tyson? Who in the chat thinks that Wilder will be scared of Mike Tyson? I think Mike will be scared going in there with him. Miss Boxing, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Joseph Brown, yes. Yes. And I'm not saying that because Wilder's the flavor of the year right now. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because stylistically it's all wrong. The tools are all wrong. He's too big, equally as strong. And Mike will get his ass beat, man. If there was a Deontay Wilder when Mike was coming up, Don King would have did everything in his power to sign Wilder to keep him away from Mike Tyson.
He said it. He wanted to sign Wilder in the second Bermain-Stavern fight, which was one of the funniest press conferences to this day. That second press conference was hilarious, man. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. That's another thing about Wilder. See, with me, I always say, like, you got to understand the business aspect of it too. I like guys that know how to trash talk too. I like dudes that could fight and also trash talk. Wilder and Clarissa Shields have that on lock to me. Right. Wilder and Clarissa Shields are like, they got that on lock. They trash talk game plus they skill in the boxing ring. I could definitely respect it, and I'm jacking it.
Right. Right. Yo, I wish the brother that I was debating with on Facebook, he was knowledgeable. He wasn't no fool. We just had a difference of opinion. I really, I was trying to reach out to my man Kyle, and I was trying to get him on here because I don't know who the brother is, but you know, it was cool. It was a nice little healthy debate. Yeah, but I really wanted him on here. You know, I'll find a way to get at him. You know, but you know, I was just sitting there thinking. I said, "There's no way. I don't see a way that Mike Tyson would beat Deontay Wilder, prime or not. I don't think so. I mean, the guy, and we all know, fear is what made Mike this urban legend. I mean, look, man. I mean, let's be honest, man. Mike walks up to you in the street. He don't even have to be a boxer. He looks like an intimidating dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about anybody else. You know, I've been approached by dudes in the street back in the day. They don't do that shit now, but back in the day, they walk up on you like, yo. I'm saying you can't fold, especially out here.
Don't worry about it, Drew. Just keep that cardio up, man. You ain't gonna have no problem with them young wolves. You ain't gonna have no problem with them. Just make sure you take care of that cardio first.
These niggas ain't wolves, man. They puppies, man. They drink too much. They drink too much. They smoke too much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing, man. You slap them up and just dance in a circle for 2 seconds, and they pan win, man. I told this kid, I said, yo, this kid said, yo, can I get a ride? And he told me on the bus. I said, yo, check this out. If you could do more push-ups than me, I'll let you on this bus every time.
Shit.
You ain't even got to ask. I just let you on the bus. You know what this nigga told me? He said, yo, man, that's too much work. I said, yo, fam, how old are you? He said, I'm 17.
Wow.
I said, yo, man, you got to be kidding. Yo, Fred's in the house. Barbershop Conversations. What's good? My brother Fred.
Salute. Love his work.
Word up, man. Let me just digress on that for a moment. Y'all go, if y'all not, I mean, we should, but if y'all not subscribed to Barbershop Conversations, there's something wrong with you. All right. And everything that he's been talking about as of late, let me tell you something, man. That's serious. That's serious, man. We are not to be taken advantage of, man. We are not to be taken advantage of. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. I'm just going to digress on this and I'm going to get off it. I don't know if Al's just not paying attention. He's just letting this woman do what she do and he's just over here handling his business. But if that's the case, somebody needs to tap him on the shoulder. Yo, Al, this chick over here fucking it up. Because the last thing anybody needs is lack of the LDBC support. It's the last thing anyone needs. They're going to fuck around and find out just how powerful we are, man. We move mountains, man. We move mountains in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you got 40 subs to 40,000 subs. We move mountains, man. We everywhere. We all over this fucking world, man. Alaska, Australia, the UK, Canada. All 5 boroughs, Canada. We everywhere, man. We everywhere. The last thing you want to do is piss us off. Fuck that white woman. All right? Get her under control, man. Get her under control. All right? Before we do what we do. All right? We rode hard, you know, for guys like Floyd, for guys like Al Heyman, for guys like Ward. And what they do for us, nothing. And it's not like we're hooked on the expectation of a return. We're not asking for no money. We're not asking for no fucking time. All right? We're really not even asking for a seat at the table. All right? There's a lot of things that Floyd Mayweather has done outside of the ring that the haters try and bring into a conversation when we're talking about boxing. They use that as a front to justify their dislike for him. I don't give a fuck about that. Let's talk about boxing. All right? But if you really want to go there with Floyd, I bet you your favorite athlete is a fabulous fuck up also. I bet you. I had this clown, this coon-ass nigga, I ain't going to say his name, after the Maidana fight talking about, oh, Floyd this, Floyd that. I said, look, man, he won. I know how to score fights, you don't. Then it went from that to women beating and everything else. This nigga is the biggest Mike Tyson fan, and he's a Nick fan. I said, yo, I had just missed the situation where your man Anthony Mason, God rest his soul, was fighting off 20 NYPD officers. And if he wasn't Anthony Mason, they'd have shot his ass. For those that don't know, Anthony Mason was a power forward, 6-man award winning New York Knick. The nigga was like 6'9", big, black, bald-headed field nigga. Anthony Big Ass Mason. Big dude. Fighting off 20 NYPD officers. Every time you turned around at one point, the man was in the news. Out here. Don't ever in your life use athletes' misfortunes outside of the ring as a way to justify you not liking what they do in the ring or on the field or on a basketball court. Those are two different topics. Anyway, we rode for these guys. Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman. What I'm not going to let you do is use what they do or what you think they don't do as a way to hate them. You know what I'm saying? Don't call them out their name is what I'm saying. I'm not going to stand for that. And when we critique, and what we got to be careful of is when we're mobilizing on the PBC and making sure they get right, we don't need no new friends in the LDBC. We don't need no person coming up saying, yo, you see, we told you about the PBC, about Al Heyman, about the WBC. We told you. No. You ain't tell me shit. You're a closet racist. You're a closet racist, and I don't need no new friends. Get the fuck out of here. And that's all I'm going to say about that real quick. But getting back on topic, Bombzquad KOs Tyson. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And as a matter of fact, there's not too many people that disagree with me. People that know the sport, they think about it and they look at it and they say, Mike more than likely would have got his ass kicked. Mike would have got his ass kicked. And there's no shade, that's no malice. I'm looking at Mike's track record. All right. And this brother that I was debating with, Scrapbook. Yeah, man, take it easy, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, they try and use everything like resume as a means to justify Wilder not being shit. And as I pointed out, Mike Tyson fought 13 times in a year. And all of those guys were not world beaters. And in 86, he fought almost the same amount of time. And the only person in 86 that he fought of note, in my opinion, was Trevor Berbick, where he won the title. 87, he fought Pinklin Thomas, beat him. All right, we go all the way up. Larry Holmes was past it. Michael Spinks was past it. Frank Bruno was a hype job. Carl the Truth Williams was not in the same solar system as Mike. Got him out of there in like a round. And then he ran into Buster Douglas and got his ass kicked. All right, but let's go up. Let's go up more. After Buster Douglas, Henry Tillman. Who is that? Alex Stewart. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Then he fought Razor Ruddock twice. Now, Razor Ruddock, I'll give him those. Razor Ruddock, I'll give him those. After the second Razor Ruddock fight, he goes to prison. All right, but again, he stopped Razor Ruddock in the first fight, but Razor Ruddock was saying, yo, look, it's premature. I was ready to go. Look, okay, all right. Premature stoppage, whatever. TKO'd. He stopped him. The next fight, it went to the cards. See, this is what I'm saying. Mike fought people
that press conference was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah. What? What?
He said, I'm gonna make you my girlfriend. And I was like, this nigga
Mike was always on some whole shit.
It was weird.
Gil Cole says, I don't know about Wilder beating Tyson. Man, that's a hard one for me to just pick, just being honest. All right, Gil. All right, Gil, but this is why
I don't know, Gil. I don't know. Stop drinking that Florida water, Gil. Gil, you gotta come back to the chat. It looked like you've been losing the step, champ. You've been losing the step. You know what would have happened. I know y'all please love Mike. I know y'all love Mike, but let's be real. Deontay hand is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Like, it's not no regular right hand, that you getting hit with, bro. When he says he tries to punch through the target, like he's punching through your guard and everything. Look at Bermain Stavern. He punched that man in his forehead. Your forehead is the hardest part. Your temple is the softest part. He didn't punch around the guard. Nah, he punched straight through the forehead, through the guard.
Yes, fam. Early peekaboo Tyson. Yes. Gil, I think you might have just got here. But let me ask you, Gil, James Quick Tillis. He stopped the KO streak, and this was a young Mike Tyson in the 80s. That was early peekaboo Tyson.
You know what's crazy? Knockout. You want to talk knockout streaks? George was crazy. Is because George knockout stopped that.
Wait, say that again. You broke up.
I said, if you want to talk about knockout streaks, I feel like George Foreman's was way better than Tyson's. His stopped at 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not. Mike ain't all that impressive to me. You know what I mean? Not to me. Not from a fighter standpoint. He wasn't that crazy impressive to me. I say George Foreman's was a little bit more impressive because he was up there with Wilder. Wilder's was like what, 34? 33 or something like that before it stopped. I don't remember. It was so goddamn many. You know what I mean? I don't even remember.
I don't even recall. I mean, I can look it up. But this is my point, man. I mean, a lot of Mike Tyson is urban legend. In every generation, you know, when people start talking about him, it gets exaggerated. It really does. It really gets exaggerated. You know, I had a young kid talking about, yo, I think Mike Tyson is the best fighter ever. The kid was 15. I said, I know you got YouTube, man. Go look up his losses, B. This is the guy they're talking about.
And that's the thing right there that you said right there, Drew. That's very important. I look at a fighter as you got to beat them elite dudes in your generation.
Mm-hmm.
The elite dudes in his biggest fights, Tyson lost. Are we all in agreement with that? I'm not hating on him. His biggest fights to me was Lennox and Evander, and these was his peers. And he didn't win. He did not win those.
That's right.
He had 2 times to right the wrong with Evander. And when things wasn't going his way and he saying Evander was headbutting, he bit him in the ear the second time. Come on.
Now, remember when I said, what do fighters do to think their way out of a situation? Realistically, Evander was picking up where he left off. And Evander was about to knock Mike out earlier that night. Now, if he was getting headbutted, all right. Now, there was a clash of heads, and I will admit that Evander, well, I'm not even going to only say Evander. Fighters know how to do dirty shit and get away with shit. That's just a given. All right. It's your job if the ref is not catching it. It's your job to do something. You never seen Andre Ward complain. You know what I'm saying? We saw what Kovalev did when he kept saying, "Yo, he's hitting me low. He's hitting me low. He's hitting me low." You got to do something to make him stop. But you all know, was full of shit. He has a bad body. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, look, man. Look. It's all bullshit, man. Mike was very vulnerable. Mike was very, very vulnerable. You just needed the right guy in front of him. All right? And you saw shades. New Fat Boy Fitness was good, fam. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, you saw shades of what troubled him early. It was just that in the 80s at that time, there was no one there to put it together. Now, I saw a question in here. Chris Felton said, how come Tyson didn't fight Foreman? That's what he was saying. Easy. I think Mike would have they were scared that Mike would have caught one of those slow right hands on the top of his head and went to sleep. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I think Mike was quick, but George had a chin. And I think George Foreman, if he clips anybody right now, one of those slow right hands that go to bed, a punch does not go away. I mean, George Foreman, from what I heard from people that met him, his hands were like big fucking bowling balls. I mean, the guy, when he hit, anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm sure you've seen it, but when he hit Michael Moore, it didn't even look like he barely touched him. And when he fell on the floor, he was glassy. And I said, oh shit, he's not going to get up. That's crazy. He was winning the whole fight. So it's not beyond a scope of reason. Maybe they didn't make that fight because, I don't know, maybe George hits Mike on his head and shit, and Mike don't recover.
I did want to see that. That's a fight I wanted to see. I would have loved to see. It don't matter what version of form, like old George. I still think that it would have been a fight, man. I think that would have been. I would have favored in that slightly.
Yeah. I remember. I remember he fought. George Foreman fought a guy named Axel Schultz, and I think Axel got robbed, man. I think that guy was German or something. Fought him on HBO. I remember watching that, and I said, "Shit, he got robbed, man. He got because he was whooping George's ass, had his eyes all swole, but he couldn't do enough to put George away."
I didn't think George lost against Shannon Briggs either.
Yeah, do you remember when he fought Tommy Morrison?
That one, I kind of edged it to. Oh, I gotta watch that one again. I do remember that fight, but I think I edged that one to George too, and I felt like he didn't get it, and I felt like the Shannon Briggs one I edged it to him, and I didn't think he. Hey, boxing. That Shannon Briggs fight, he went on and made the Foreman Grill one of the best inventions ever. Love cheeseburger. That was one of the best inventions ever. Shout out to him. It's just a part of boxing. I kind of felt like they wanted him to get out.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
Because he came back like really old.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a whole nother career, was a whole nother, like he revamped himself and it was a whole different energy. Yeah, Angelo Dundee in the corner now. And everything was just different. Yeah.
No, I agree. Anthony says also we got to understand that people would say that heavyweights don't have the skill today, which I disagree with. I disagree with also, but your chin is your chin no matter what type of skill you got. Wilder has that power. Yeah. Your chin is your chin, man. And, all this talking about windmill Wilder. I mean, it's been said so much that people think they actually believe it. I have people saying that shit, and they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Let's just keep it a buck, man. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, man. Get out of here, man. Time to ante up. Salute, family. I see you, family. They don't know what they're talking about, man. They act like Wilder just going in there and just throwing wild punches and fight. Listen, the man trains. I will admit that when he has someone hurt, but he's calmed this down a lot. I will admit, early in his career, when he had you hurt.
Yeah, he don't even do that no more.
He don't do it.
He don't even do that no more.
He don't, man. So this windmill Wilder, and scientifically, we all know. See, you fight, so you understand a straight punch is harder than a haymaker like this. You see how my hand is?
Yeah.
Coming like here. People don't. It's instinctive to throw like that in the street. You see people, men and women, fighting like this, and those punches lose steam once it hits the target. You can also fuck up your knuckles and everything. But if you swinging like this,
and that's why
you run into that. I mean, that's just math right there. That's just math. The fact that Wilder is swinging from all the way back here and clocking people and they're falling all over the damn ring, that don't make sense. For him to be that weight at heavyweight, he's only at that weight because he's so tall. Okay, and I tell people all the time, man, y'all better be glad he don't have Lennox Lewis type skills because he'd be that much more dangerous. You understand? I fuse fighters in my brain all the time. I say, shit, what if Tommy Hearns had Paul Williams' chin? What if Paul Williams had Tommy Hearns' skill? Because if you remember, Paul Williams wasn't that crispy of a puncher either until later in his career. You understand? See, Wilder has gotten better. He don't do that wild shit no more. You know what I mean? But listen, he beats the shit out of Mike in 4 rounds. A prime Mike, an older Mike, and really look at Mike's record. When he did get out of prison and he was still around, he didn't have to fight Evander Holyfield right away. That was a money grab. But there was other guys out there that I think that they felt could have gave him some problems. And, some people might laugh at this. But I said one of the guys up and coming at that period was the quiet man, Johnny Ruiz, who in my opinion was one of the most boring and most eyesore having.
Talking about the one my boy Roy Jones beat?
Yeah, man. I mean, that guy. Oh God, he was an eyesore, man. He was a fucking eyesore. But you know what people forget? There was something about him that Evander Holyfield couldn't deal with. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but John Ruiz had Evander Holyfield's number all day, all night. I couldn't make heads or tails of this shit. I was watching the fight like, yo, what am I look? How come he can't get off on this guy? Pause. But it was crazy. He couldn't do nothing with him. In fact, he dropped Evander. Was that the first or second fight? I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
I think it was the second. I don't know. Could have been.
He hurt him, man. He hurt him. I couldn't make heads or tails.
I was surprised when James Toney did it, even though Evander wasn't Evander by then. But
right. But see, this is what I'm saying. The triangle theory. Evander couldn't do nothing with Ruiz. Ruiz got in there with James Toney, and Toney pretty much styled on him. Couldn't do nothing with him. And then Toney get in the ring with Evander, although Evander was past it, and he styled on him. You know, and then Roy gets in the ring with Ruiz, and Roy styles on Ruiz. Dig what I'm saying? Ruiz was up and coming at that time. Mike was already out of prison, if I'm not mistaken. Ruiz would have gotten there with Mike. It's popular to say that Mike would have fucked Ruiz up, especially after what we seen David Tua do to Ruiz. But there's always that chance that Ruiz, if he gets out the 4th or 5th round, Mike would have had a problem. I mean, Ruiz
I would even took Mike against Ray Mercer.
True. And Ray Mercer.
See what Ray Mercer did to Tommy Morris.
Yeah,
that was one of the most brutal knockouts around that time. Oh my God. I still be going back and watching that fight. Because Tommy Morrison actually had a good game plan. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter, bro. It didn't matter, yo. He got slept. Shout out to Ray Mercer. Merciless Ray.
But there was some guys that Mike either he just missed or people are just not thinking. Tim Witherspoon. What happened? Ray Mercer. What happened? He jumped straight to Evander Holyfield. Yo, look, man, these guys were there, man. These guys were there. And then when you put Mike, I'll go right back to the motherfucking spreadsheet. You put Mike, come on, man. You losing to Kevin McBride and Danny fucking Williams. Come on, man. Lennox Lewis, okay, you lost to him. All right, you getting DQ'd by Holyfield. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. In that era, from 2005 going all the way down to Francois Botha. That was after he got the suspension lifted. All right, Andrew Gallardo was an eyesore. That whole time from 99 to 05, there were a few other guys he could have fought, but it was a high risk. And I don't want to hear shit about him being past his prime, man. Him and Lewis, ain't they the same age?
Yeah, they like a year or a year apart, couple years. Not that. It's not that much.
Come on, dogs.
Like Pat Mayweather, just a couple years. If it's 2, 3.
Listen, there was talent there. And TJ Wilkins, I was at that fight, Mercer versus Lennox. That was at the Garden. And I don't recall how I scored it, but Lennox didn't wash Mercer.
Nah, he didn't wash him. I edged it slightly, very slightly, probably by 2 points.
Yeah, Mercer's problem was I heard, I don't know, but you hear things about him being a little lazy in camp. They're saying he could have been that much better than he already was. He had a solid chin, a good punch, and he gave anybody problems. He just was never able to get over that hump to be a main gun. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just weird, man. It's just weird. I'm
going front. That 90s crop of heavyweights was probably the last generation of mad like heavyweights in the division. You know what I mean? Dude, I was watching Sonny Liston's like documentary last night after Showbox.
Mm-hmm.
And You know, they had a couple crops, like you know, a couple dudes back in those days. They had Cleveland Williams. They had Zara Foley. They was just, you know, I mean, they was just naming Sonny, you know, Sonny Liston, of course, Ali. You know, after Sonny Liston beat Floyd Patterson the second time Ali jumped in the ring, and you know, you noticed everything started changing and stuff like that. I thought that, you know, and even that 70s crop of heavyweights, I think was a good.
No, they were really good. They were really
Jimmy
good.
Young, Ken Norton.
They used to say in out here, you know, Puerto Ricans used to say Jimmy Jung. Jimmy Jung, Jimmy Jung, yeah, he be hard Foreman. Jimmy Jung.
Yeah. Jimmy. He also beat, I don't give a damn. He also beat Ken Norton. I'm sorry. I thought Jimmy Young won that fight. I thought Jimmy Young got robbed in that fight with Kenny Norton. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, because Kenny Norton got payback was in, because when Ali fought him the third time, even though I slightly felt that Kenny Norton won, you know, they gave it to Ali. I thought that was payback for Jimmy Young, for the Jimmy Young fight.
That's fucked up. That was at I think it was at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it was at Yankee Stadium.
My pops went to that. My pops went to that.
Probably one of the last big fights at Yankee Stadium too.
wait, hold on. What time Andy up say? Mercer spent too much time banging woman and not enough time training in New Jersey. Damn, where's Kurt Sugar? I don't know. I don't know if anyone could confirm that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Ray.
Yeah, he said Ray Mercer. You know, too much.
I'm a hit Kurt on the jack. Axel. Kurt probably know.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. But I mean, look, you know, Mike is, you know, Mike was he was a fighter. He was fun to watch. But those highlight reels that y'all guys look at and some of the new cats see, you gotta look at those. Y'all don't even know who the fuck he's knocking out, man. I mean, seriously, y'all don't know who the fuck he's knocking out. I don't know.
Who was his best knockout to you?
Yeah, thank you. Who was it? His best knockout was,
in your opinion, and I asked him in the chat too.
Yeah, okay. The best.
I'm gonna go with Marvis Frazier.
Marvis, that uppercut, right?
Yeah, I think that was his best knockout, and
I would say
he looked like he looked like he was dead.
I would say pulling up a close second would be Jesse Ferguson.
Okay, that was a good one too. That was a good one.
That was bad. That was bad. But again, who the fuck were they?
True.
Who were they? You know what I'm saying? The gift file that my boy put up on Facebook when he said that this was what Mike would do to Wilder. That was
bro. He gotta get up there, bro. You gotta throw looping shots. I don't think that Mike Tyson was the greatest with looping shots. You know who's a short fighter that's good with looping shots? And I hate to even admit it, especially when he was younger.
Who that?
Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin. He knows how to throw looping shots at a tall fighter.
But that's timing, though.
You know what I'm saying?
He has good timing. He has good timing.
He was definitely good at throwing looping shots and stuff like that.
Now watch this. Now this is gonna be taboo, and this might set shit off. But I say that. All right, I say that Wilder claps Mike, a prime Mike, in 4 rounds. Right, but watch this shit though. I say Mike Tyson gives Muhammad Ali hell. I'm not saying he wins, but I say he gives him hell. Here's why I say that. All right. Muhammad Ali get hit a lot, man. He would get hit a lot. He had a great chin, right? But I'm watching how Joe Frazier knocked him down going backwards. And what's his name? Rocked him with a left hook also. What's his name? What's that white guy's name? Shit. Having a brain fart right now. His name's right here. I can't.
Oh, Henry Cooper.
Henry Cooper. Hit him with a left hand, right? He
and
got up.
To me, that wasn't even the best one that he got knocked out. Go back and watch a fight. One of his early fights, his 11th fight. That was the first time he had ever been down against Lucian Sonny Banks.
I forgot about that.
Oh man, he put Ali. Ali came right back up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you know what I mean, came back and stopped him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Ali, he had a good chin. But I agree with you saying. I know I agree with what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying now? That's taboo to the generation behind me, like my pops and shit. When I was saying, you know, I think Ali would have had a big problem with Mike. I don't know if he'd have beat him, but he'd have had a problem. And guys my dad's age was like, no, you bugging. Nah.
I think that Ali and maybe see, like if we going with both of them in their proms, I'm gonna favor Ali just slightly. Okay. If we're gonna go after the war and all shit, I don't know though. Like when we went into them 70s, I don't know. Man. I definitely would favor Tyson.
You see, people don't realize Ali fought in 3 decades. He fought in 3 generations, man. 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. He had no business. He had no business being in the ring with George Foreman at that.
Whoever made him fight in the 80s should have been arrested. All of them dudes that put together, I agree 100% with Freddie Pacheco.
Yeah,
fight doctor. I completely agree with that. Whoever put that fight together with him and Larry Holmes, all of them people should have been arrested.
Yeah, that was criminal, man. You want to talk about dying in the ring? You know, the story I read after that, man, it broke my heart, man. Ali was in the hospital for how long? He was fucked up. And Holmes was like, yo, he didn't want to do it.
He didn't. They used to be sparring partners. He said it hurt him. Yeah. It hurt him to do that. He said he cried after the fight.
It's fucked up, man. You know, and really think about it. You know, Ali in the 70s, man. I mean, best super shots, Ernie Shavers at heavyweight, Matthew Saad Muhammad. Yeah. So you getting deep now. Now we getting deep.
Still had Cleveland Williams and Zara Foley.
Mm-hmm.
What was Oscar? What was his name? That Spanish dude, Oscar Bonavina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had a few dudes.
You see, like a guy like Ernie Shavers. You go back and watch the Ernie Shavers and Ali fight. I mean, really think about it. A young Mike Tyson, in the ring with that version of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali would have had a problem, man. He had a problem. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Mike. Mike was a buzzsaw. But Deontay Wilder's something different, man. Deontay Wilder, it don't make no fucking sense a guy with that frame hitting like that. I can't make heads or tails of that shit. That shit is ridiculous. That don't make no sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no way. Listen.
I don't know, Ace, man. I still think a young Ali, because Tyson did always say he patted himself after Sonny Liston. And y'all remember what my son did to him in that first fight. Ali was not playing with him, talking trash to him that's the worst person to fight. Talking trash. That's how I am. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'll be talking to you. My coach got to tell me to shut up. Shut up. You talking to him. Sonny wobbled. Oh my gosh, Liston's hurt. He threw in the book at Sonny Liston, bro. It was not even funny, bro. It wasn't even. I felt bad for Sonny, bro. I felt bad for him, yo.
Sonny wasn't used to that.
I felt like Ali was the bad guy in that fight. That's how bad Ali beat him up.
He talked him right out that fight, man.
He did.
He talked him right out that fight.
Sonny Liston was the intimidation man, but Ali sees like belief in yourself. That's what we be saying about Wilder. And I'm not talking about just believe in yourself. I'm talking about supreme confidence. Wilder and Clarissa Shields are the only two. That's why can you not get, you know what I mean? And I got to give the sister credit. Those is the only two that I see in boxing. And I love Earl. Y'all know Earl and more, but I still don't got that supreme confidence feeling from them. I'm gonna tell you right now, Clarissa Shields and Deontay Wilder have supreme confidence out of every fighter right now.
They do.
Supreme confidence.
Donald said Ali hands down fought the toughest competition. He did, man.
He did.
Three decades, man. 3 decades. Man. He wanted smoke in the 60s. He wanted smoke in the 70s. And guess what? In the 60s and 70s, you couldn't duck no smoke. You had no there was no building a fight, man. If you just fought in July and it was smoke in November, you had to take it, man, because a lot of these guys had full-time jobs.
Shoot, there's certain people that pulled up resumes with Sugar Ray Robinson and Ali, and my dude, he goes strictly off of your resume. He said, if we got to do resume, Ali. I said, damn, son. I said, really? He said, yes. He said, and as great as Sugar Ray Robinson is, that Ali's resume is crazy. So shout out to my peace be upon my dude, man, Muhammad Ali, for real, man. He was a real.
No disrespect to Ali. I mean, there's a few guys that I say historically would give him problems in the ring, but that's no disrespect to him.
Nah, it ain't. That's your opinion.
This is no disrespect to Mike Tyson. I'm just saying that I think Wilder beats him, but I'm just saying that, you know, Muhammad Ali.
That's your opinion, Drew. You don't gotta apologize. It's your birthday, and that's your opinion. You ain't gotta apologize to nobody today.
Now, you know what? I'll be clear when I say this. This is no disrespect to Muhammad Ali, because he has the deepest resume in boxing. There ain't nobody will ever touch that guy's resume.
No, bro, y'all talk about beating gold medalists. He had 2. He beat the Smoking Joe, and he beat George Foreman, 2 gold medalists. Yo,
if they ever make a logo for like boxing, it got to be like Ali doing a shuffle or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, like how they have the Nike logo, the Jordan, you know, they got to do like the Ali shuffle or something.
I did that before. I got a point taken off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's whack, man. That is. When I get deep in my career, I'm gonna start putting out my fights and stuff like that out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like the established, you know, pros do. I'm gonna do it the same way. I go for it. Yeah, I got a point taken off of that. It was in Jersey. Yeah, that's fucking whack, man.
I still won though.
Good. Yeah, fuck that, man. Yeah, man. But you know, I think Wilder claps Mike. And I think Mike would give Ali hell. You know, it'd be tough for him to get out there.
I'm with you on that. It just depends. I feel like I'm going to put it this way, Drew. The 70s version, the rope-a-dope, Ali, Tyson, I feel like would it be. I feel like the 60s version of Ali, I don't know. I favor Ali slightly in that one. I'm sorry. I just feel like Ali was a handful. I could picture him just Ali shuffling and all of that against. I do feel like, though, if Tyson was able to land, it would have been scary. It would have been scary.
Yeah, I think
if he would have fought him clean, it would have been scary.
We got to remember that Ali wasn't a small guy, man. Ali was 6'5" with an 82-inch reach, something like that.
6'3".
So he was 6'3". His reach was like retarded.
His reach was crazy, though.
And he had a hell of a chin, man. Hell of a chin, man. So I think, yeah, you're right. I think 60s version of Ali would have felt the power. He would have got on his bike.
Let's remember, he fought a dude similar to, like, if you listen to Tyson will tell you he mimicked his style and his persona behind Sonny Liston. So it's not far-fetched to think. I'm just saying, you know, y'all could say, you know, I'm bugging or whatever, but I'm just saying it's not crazy to think that Ali could have beat Tyson. You know what I mean? Sonny Liston was just as powerful and all of that. So I'm just saying.
Reggie Owens, salute, man. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yo, man, it's again, you know, it's not. Listen, it's all subjective because these are things that'll never happen. I'm just going off of what I've seen. And outside of being a fan of the sport, I've been in the ring. I look at it with a critical eye, and I don't go off of hype of just people with unconditional love for somebody. I'm looking at the facts. And the fact is, Wilder would be all wrong for Mike Tyson. And if Wilder was around right now, if he was around in 85, moving forward, there would have been a hell of a lot of people avoiding him or trying to sign him to keep him away from people. In fact, if you had Mike Tyson over here and Deontay Wilder over here, Don King would have been like, shit, I got to snatch both these guys up and keep them away from each other to build this damn thing. And if he was going to put all his eggs,
would have did the same thing.
Would have did the same thing. And if he was going to put his eggs in one basket, he'd have put it in Alabama's, man. I'm telling you, he would have. I'm telling you, he would have, man. Mike would he wouldn't have beat Wilder.
Oh, look, man, and it's not. I just feel like in any generation, it's really hard to survive the Alabama Slammer. You know what I'm saying? It's really like, I'm telling you, man, that right hand that he be hitting people with, we seen it live.
Dogs. Did you not
think
live? Brazil?
I almost missed it. I almost missed it because I was gonna go and get some more food.
Yo, son, you missed that shit.
Yo, I would have almost missed it. And then my mans and my boo was like, nah, stay. And then sure enough, I'm glad I didn't move nowhere.
Bro, yo, son, from where I was
that right hand came fast and furious, man. Talk about the movies. Shit came fast and furious, man.
It sounded like a bag popping and I was like on the second floor. It was like, and like his head.
We all was close. We all had good seats. Me and you, BFTB, we all had good seats.
Yeah, no trolls in sight. Nobody wanted any smoke.
Everybody actually, when after Wilder knocked him out, that's why I did that little glimpse. If you go on my page when I was at the fight, I was trying to show everybody that's, outside of me, like that's going crazy, so y'all could see it was real. Yeah. Everybody was going crazy once Dominique Brazil hit the canvas and he got, stopped, basically. I'm just saying, like, Wilder is he really got special.
The guy's special. Nothing he does. He's one of those athletes that has an ability that really doesn't make sense. And you know what? We almost fucked around and missed it, man. If you know his story, let me close the screen right here. If you know his story, he was driving for like Coca-Cola or something like that.
Yeah.
And daughter got sick.
He also was working at IHOP. He went back to the IHOP that he worked at.
Right.
And one of I think the lady that used to be his manager was still his manager, and she gave him a big hug and just told her how proud of him, how proud she was of him.
Right. Dogs, we almost missed it, man. This guy's a story. Man. This guy, man. Focus ball, salute, family. Yeah, man. Yo,
Focus was shaking, boy.
You know what I'm saying? We almost missed it, man. He from the way he tells it, he wasn't even thinking about boxing, man. He wasn't even thinking about it, But then
he's from a football state.
Yeah, he's from a football state. That's what I was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So the brother, it's like, yo, shit. My daughter's sick. Let me try this, and look at where he's at now. That's why I get so annoyed when I read all of this negative rhetoric, especially. Oh man, I don't want to make this a racial thing, but when I see the brothers and sisters, not even so much the sisters, but the brothers talking reckless, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. Enjoy the man while he's here. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you don't like this guy, but then I ask you who's your favorite heavyweight champion, and Mike Tyson comes out. Please shut the fuck up. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Oh, he swings wild. Okay, but look at his record. And then you're going to turn around and say you hate Floyd Mayweather and he was boring? So let me get this straight. Floyd was boring, and I'm riding for Floyd, talking about, yo, sweet science and hit not be hit, and, You know,
but the reason why I don't even pay attention to all of that, because Floyd put his hands, mind, body, and spirit on the line for y'all when he started at 126.
That's right.
And he was all the way up until 35. You know what I mean? He was knocking dudes out for all of them years.
They don't even remember him at 126.
Because he didn't stay there that long, but that's where he started.
They don't remember him at 130. They don't remember him at 135. They don't remember him anywhere.
How y'all don't remember him at 130 when he beat Diego Corrales up?
You know
who was
why?
6 foot. Who was 6? And then look, Drew. Now that you brought that up, I'm glad you brought up that 130 thing. What does that say about even the dudes in my generation now? Because how a lot of fighters have problems with taller fighters, and then they got hit too much. Devin Haney, Teofimo. You know what I mean? Look, when Floyd. So how special does that make Floyd? Because Floyd is around their height. You know what I mean? And
they don't know any better.
Actually, Diego Corrales was even taller than the dudes that they fought. Diego Corrales was a 6 foot super featherweight.
They don't
or junior lightweight, whatever you prefer.
They don't remember that Floyd. They remember flashy Floyd coming out with mink coats and shit. They remember Money Mayweather.
That means you have no right to talk about Floyd's career if you don't bring that up, because you can't bring up Pretty Boy Floyd. You can't. It's like Jim Carrey in The Mask, Drew. What did the psychiatrist say to Stanley Ipkiss? I go there as The Mask and Stanley Ipkiss because they are one and the same beautiful person. Y'all remember? I was a baby. That was one of my favorite movies.
That's scary.
So y'all cannot bring up Pretty Boy Floyd without bringing up Money Mayweather, because they are the same person. Different ages and stuff like that, but they were the same person.
Now that's real talk, man. That's real talk. Stormy B-Man said Mike would be mentally defeated by Ali before entering the ring.
I agree with Stormy B-Man 110%.
I can't front on that.
Especially in the 60s. You didn't want that, Ali. Yeah. That trash talk. Yo, he was talking to Sonny. He was talking. He was talking to him, y'all. Before y'all go off and pick Mike, you know what I mean? Just think about the 60s Ali. Cocky, brash, determined, supreme confidence. It's hard. I'm telling you, bro, it's hard to beat somebody like that. It's really hard. You know what I'm saying?
That
it's like when he fought Buster Douglas, and Buster Douglas lost his moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It's really hard to beat somebody like that. It really is. It don't matter how big you are. Doesn't matter how much amateur pedigree you got. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Donald said, when people say fighters weren't scared, they were. He said they were too. Listen was scared of crazy people like Mike Tyson. Scared of few. Ali feared no man. Nah, you're right, Donald. Ali wasn't scared of nothing, man. And let me tell you something. There was a lot of black people that weren't scared of shit, man, because you can get brothers from the South and the Midwest. You can get lynched if you walked up the wrong block. So what the fuck you scared of? You know what I mean? So yeah, I would agree, man. I would agree, man. I mean, Ali wasn't scared of shit. Even after his career is over, I think they asked him, "You scared for what, man?" This is what he did. He embraced it. He loved it, man. I think 60s Ali would have gotten Mike's head. Mike would have had a problem. 70s Ali, after the prison stint and the suspensions and all that bullshit, Mike would have gave Ali a problem.
I think definitely. Yeah, I agree.
And especially when I look at the Joe Frazier fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that Mike.
I actually did well in that fight, but like I always say, when you get knocked down late in the fight, it's hard. Even if they're even, it's like the Jarrett Hurd and Islandy Lara fight. I literally had that fight even going into the 12th round.
Right, me too.
And then Jarrett Hurd knocked him down, and I had to. You know what I mean? Even the Sean Porter and Earl Spence fight, I think it was kind of close. You know what I mean? Up until the 11th round, and then I seen Earl, hit him with that right hook and put him down. So
yeah. Yo, Ace Man, look what he said. I was checking for Floyd since back in that Raekwon video, 100 rounds. You remember that?
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yo, son,
I didn't even know that, Ace Man. Damn.
Yo.
Wow, I'm
gonna
watch that video after this live though.
Nah,
wow, I didn't even know that, bro.
I bet you. I'll tell you what. Do you remember Knockout Kings 2000 for the PlayStation?
Yeah, I remember Knockout
Floyd
Kings.
was in that game. He was in the video. Him and Shane Mosley. They were in the video.
I gotta look
for the video. They were in the video, and Floyd was in the game. I remember that. He was in the game. That was one of my favorite games back then. I used to.
That was the only game he was in, because he says now he gotta, for him to have his own game. Floyd always says that he gotta have, I guess, a majority of control.
Yeah, I guess he'd have to be on the cover, like Fight Night Round 4 in London, in the UK overseas. They put David Haye on the cover.
Wow, I didn't know that. So you telling me stuff I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was Fight Night Champion. You can look it up, man. David Haye was on the cover of that one. It was either Fight Night 3 or Fight Night round.
I said
Fight Night Champion.
I said Fight Night Champion for 360. God, because I mom and she had, she passed or whatever. So I still got the system and all of that. Me and her, we used to love going. I used to love going to the hospital and playing that with. My mom loved Ali and my mom loved Joe Louis. My mom loved Ali and Joe Louis for some reason. And Joe Louis was before her.
Oh, here come Ace. Niggas ain't fuck with me on any fight night, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, you got 360?
I
didn't have PlayStation that generation of systems, and I regretted it because niggas was telling me about the Ring of Death. The Ring of Death is that little red ring that you get. That my PlayStation, my 360 is still up and running, but every once in a while that Ring of Death just comes back. Yeah, so the next system I got PlayStation 4.
I got the PS3 Fight Night. I still play that shit too. I done made so many edits on there, man.
Yo, why do they be making fighters? If you got online or whatever, they basically make like
the nicknames were in the game already. And the last names of fighters in the game. And I asked the pro fighter who's going to be on my show tomorrow. Y'all tune in, 7 p.m. Eastern time, LDBC Strong. I'm going to have one of the fighters on there. I asked him about this. I said, yo, your full name and your nickname is on that game. Why are you not on the game? And he told me the story.
Wow.
He told me the story. It was so weird, man. I said, God damn. I said, yo, the first thing I did was go to edit system, see who I can make. And I scrolled down and boom, I said, that's a pretty unique name to have there. Was you supposed to be in the game? And he said, yeah. But some shit happened and, they just left it up to the edit.
Are you going to bring that up? Because I want to hear that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Get in the chat and remind me. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
It was bugged out because I was like, yo, I was going through the game and I said, yo, your full name is there, bro. And his name is such a unique name. And it's of all names, why the fuck is that one there? Was you supposed to be in the game? He was like, yes. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be there at the welterweight division in the game. You see a lot of names there that they just didn't put in there. The name Gamboa is in there. No, Yuriakis Gamboa. No, what's the other nigga name? I'll think of it, man. There was a bunch of ranked guys that their names are there, but you have to create them. It's funny. It's funny, but I still got my PS3 shit up, man. I used to play cats for $5 bills.
I've been lazy, man. I should try to hook it up, man. I should try to hook it up tonight, man. Just play it. You know what I mean? I like playing the story mode though.
Yeah, the story mode. Yo, did you peep the cat that plays Andre Bishop in that game? He's on that Crisis on the DC shit that's coming on TV. The black dude. He's playing one of the characters on TV. I looked at him. I said, "Oh shit, that's Andre Bishop. That's funny." Yeah, hell yeah, man. But I heard they're making a what's that new joint coming out? Round for Round Boxing. I think Andy Ruiz is doing that. He's gonna be in it.
The last boxing game that I have, and this how y'all know I'm fanatic. Y'all don't laugh at me. I got the Creed, the Creed of shit. Creed for the VR. I got the VR and all of
Yeah,
that.
my cousin got that.
I'm saying I ain't gonna lie, that shit feel too real. I almost broke my LDV, man.
Get out of here.
My boy that was working with me came over. He said he wanted to see it, how it played. I said, all right. You know what I mean? He did a better job than me. I really thought I was in the fight. I'm throwing uppercuts. I'm trying to angle and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing some whole other. He's like, yo, chill, bro. Like, it's not like you're not really pivoting or nothing, champ. Like, you about to break your laptop in there. Like, I'm swinging all over the place, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I felt too real. I don't even play that damn game no more.
That's dope. Yeah, I need a new boxing game, man. Like, when I got those snowy days, I'm like, yo, fuck it. I ain't going to work. I got some downtime. I just be like, fuck, I'm just gonna cut this shit on. But you know, normally
man, all the dudes even younger than me, man, all they playing is Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Yo, hold on. I take this call. Hold on.
Okay.
Now hold the chat down, son. Hold the chat down. Hold
on. Oh, my fault. Yeah. Let me get in here. My fault, y'all. Anthony Barton said, bro, I got Fight Night Champion on my Xbox One right now. You got to stop playing with me. But see, I don't got Xbox One. Anthony Barton. I got PS4. I had Fight Night Champion for the 360. Though they still got online, so I'll see if they could do some compatibility. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? It was dope to see Zab Judah and Floyd and Raekwon video as youngins, then seeing these niggas fight as they got older. Bananas to me at the time. Yo, to be honest with you, that's why Floyd, you brought up a good point, Ace, man. That's why Floyd gets at a lot of the young fighters like my age and younger, because he says that he feels as though like you could fight your friend. You know what I mean? He said me and Zab Judah was friends. He said not for Zab. You know what I mean? So, you know, dang, chat ain't moving like that. My phone, okay. Yeah, shouting out each other. He says story mode and Fight Night Champion used to have me up till 4 a.m., bro. Especially, bro. I'm gonna say especially when you had it on what was the highest mode, Champion? If you played it on Champion, bro, you wasn't, especially when you got to the end and he was like, yo, they gonna say they gonna get you for this, and you can only go to the body and shit like that. And then remember, you have to watch certain dudes left hook, and you gotta watch out for this. If you playing that shit on Champion, bro, you're gonna be there for a while. These kids sit here in front and act like they was just running through shit, because I don't believe you. You wasn't playing that shit on Champion, bro. You wasn't, yo. That shit, even to this day, I still have some problems. And the only belt they showed I was mad about was the IBF. Remember, they only had the IBF belt in that game. They didn't show no WBA. They didn't show no WBC. When Son walked out with the belt, it was the IBF belt. I was like, damn. Dang, Drew having the whole conversation in his G Unit tank top. That's my dog right there. That's my old head. Yeah. He said, yeah. He said most friendships back in the days used to Anthony Barton said used to start because of a fight. Yo, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Ace Man said, yeah, he said, I think dude's name Frost or something. Yeah, it was Frost. Ivan Frost or something like that, and he had the IBF strap. He said, Drew, I stepped back in the building, scrapbooks. He said, happy born day, brother. All you much respect, real talk, gotta run. Yeah, man. He said, laugh out loud. He said, yeah, against Isaac. Oh, Isaac Frost. I knew it was something Isaac. I said, Frost Fight Night champion finally winning was an accomplishment. I'm talking about, I felt like Rocky Balboa when he beat Apollo Creed. Let me ask y'all something. My phone is about to die. I want to ask everybody this. Do not look it up on your phones. Do not. A lot of Rocky fans do not know this. I swear I was the only one that knew this. And I was kind of disappointed in a lot of my old heads. In the first Rocky fight, in the first Rocky movie against Apollo, Drew, I don't want to see no phone, Drew. I don't want to see no phone. How did that fight end?
The first Rocky movie? The first one? Rocky?
Was it a split decision? Was it a draw? Was it unanimous?
No.
Go ahead. I want to know. I know the answer.
Apollo won.
Yeah, by what though?
Won.
By what?
He won by split decision.
I hate Drew. Drew, get it right.
Come on, man. He won by that decision. And but Rocky
a lot of
won.
people don't know that, Drew.
Rocky
a lot
won.
of people do not know that.
They don't. But Rocky won the drama of the fight because he bumped up Apollo's ribs. He won the drama because if you look at how the fight ended, you would think that Rocky won. He didn't win though. He didn't win, and that's what prompted Rocky 2,
which was beautiful. What was beautiful. Yeah. They making me want to write my own boxing. You know what I mean? Serious. When I get some money, man, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to talk to some of y'all brothers, man. I'm going to have to talk to you. We're going to have to do a little webisode series on I'm going to call it a Boxer's Odyssey or something. I don't know. Nobody take my idea. Man. Me and you going to copyright. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yo, fam. I know your phone down. I'm about to pack this up. I'm about to do some shit around the house. My daughter's doing something. I don't know. She's quiet. You know, you gotta check up.
What you doing today, bro? Or are you celebrating tomorrow or something?
Yeah, I can't say. You know what it is.
Okay. Never mind, brother.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm just hanging with the wife. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. You know, listen. I tell these cats, man, I'm an old man. You know what I mean? You know, the young cats at my job, they be like, yo, man, let's go out, let's turn up. I'm like, yo, nigga, turn up. I take naps, nigga. Turn up, man. Nah, I don't do nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit here. You know, I got a cheesecake cooking, eat a couple of slices.
Oh, you good.
I went to the gym earlier today. You know what I'm saying? I jumped some rope for about 6 rounds. I did some legs because I don't like how my legs are looking. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna do some triceps and some lats, and just taking it easy. I got a little bit of time off of work. Gotta work these abs, man.
I always tell you that, bro. I always tell you that, man. The abs is the way, man.
Yeah, man. The abs start in the kitchen. I'm talking about cheesecake, but the abs start in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro.
But I'm all right. Yo, but thank y'all. Yo, we love y'all, man. Shout out to the LDBC. Y'all go subscribe to Act. Yo, Act, tell them how to find you.
Oh, yeah. Y'all already know, man. Act Reacher -45. Make sure when you add the Reacher, capitalize, the R, and then #45. There. Exactly how it's spelled right there. There
it is. Y'all can follow me here on YouTube at Drew Titan. You can follow me on the gram, Drew Titan, same thing. Yo, y'all tune in tomorrow, LDBC Strong, 7 p.m. New York City time, Eastern time. I'm going to have a treat for y'all. You know what I mean? The topic is going to be, what's the topic? Oh, you
got somebody on. You're going to have somebody on.
Right? I'm going to have a few people on. And I'm gonna be discussing the science behind weight in boxing. What do fighters have to do? Never mind heavyweights. We're talking about the lower weights. How do you make weight? What are the trials behind making weight, and how does it affect your chin? All right, this is gonna be in-depth conversation. It's gonna be fun. All right, so y'all tune in. Shout out to the entire LDBC act. You got to show up, man. It's about to be alley.
All right, I got you.
And hold that question. Hold that question. Come in the chat and let me know, fam.
The fight night, definitely.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to you, bro. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Yo, Cypher Supreme, I see you, fam. All right, family. Yo, we love y'all. We're going to see y'all soon. Shout out to the LDBC. Peace.